Khabib Nurmagomedov is undoubtedly one of the UFC's biggest stars. Just hours before earning a dominant win over top lightweight Edson Barboza, it was reported that Khabib had also become a father, with the birth of his first son. As for whether or not he regretted missing the birth of his child, Khabib had this to say.
Did you feel bad? Did you feel sad that you missed it?
Why I need to be there?
I don't know, support your wife, be there, hold her hand, I don't know.
We have different mentality.
He went on to win 9 straight fights before becoming the new lightweight champion in his 10th UFC appearance. He is undefeated as a mixed martial artist and ordered by his father to wrestle the bear, which Khabib did so without question. Remarkably, the video of the entire event didn't even surface until 17 years later. But it was truly a sight to behold. Khabib was recently just named Russia's most successful athlete, in the process pulling in an estimated net worth of nearly $12 million in UFC history. Number 12. He wears a traditional headpiece. Before every UFC fight, Khabib can be seen wearing a distinctive piece of headgear. While many have mistaken it for a wig, it is actually a traditional headpiece from Khabib's hometown of Dagestan. Some serious weight issues in the past. So far, Khabib has only missed weight once in his professional MMA career, coming in 3.5 pounds heavy at UFC 160. However, that hasn't been without several close calls. The highest striking differential in the lightweight division. For those of you who don't know, a striking differential is a number that reflects how many strikes a fighter throws in comparison to how many they absorb from their opponents. For example, if you throw 10 strikes and your opponent throws 5, you have a striking differential of 2. This stat is a way to demonstrate a striker's overall effectiveness. In Khabib's case, he currently holds the highest striking differential in the division with 2.26. He has the second most takedowns landed among current lightweights. Being one of the most gifted takedown artists on the UFC's roster, you can always expect Khabib to have an advantage when it comes to wrestling. Averaging around 5 takedowns per fight, Khabib ranks number 2 in the total number of takedowns landed in the lightweight division, coming in at 50. But coming from that infamous bus incident which saw Conor McGregor throw a dolly through a bus that Khabib was on. With that, the anticipation to see them fight was through the roof. It was promoted as the biggest fight in the company's history, and for good reason. When it was all said and done, the event smashed all previous pay-per-view records. The total number of buys was estimated to be around 2.4 million, easily beating the previous record which was set at 1.5 million buys, with that one also featuring Conor McGregor as he took on Nate Diaz. And when you open it up to a wider spectrum, Khabib vs McGregor was the 4th highest selling pay-per-view event in combat sports history. Khabib currently holds the record for the 2nd longest winning streak in the lightweight division. So far, Khabib has managed to string together 11 consecutive wins inside the UFC. The only person ahead of him is the former interim lightweight champion Tony Ferguson. He is the first Russian to win a UFC title. Early on in Khabib's UFC career, he looked destined to become a UFC champion. The Russian native stunned viewers with his elite level of grappling and his relentless pace. So, once he earned his opportunity to fight for a world title, he exceeded on all expectations. Despite Tony Ferguson, his original opponent, pulling out from the fight due to injury, Khabib went on to dominate his short-notice replacement, in turn becoming the new undisputed lightweight champion.